Hey, yo, what's up? Yeah, so it's my first walk and talk, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and enlighten you guys today. Secrets of America. Just things that if you didn't go do the research, you probably don't know till today. So, I mean, first and foremost, man, you guys, there was something called MK Ultra. All right, MK Ultra was a study and tests that were conducted back in the day involving the CIA, where the CIA went into different communities and they utilized different drug substances like LSD, hypnosis, and they used that for a level of mind control over people in the community. And the crazy part about that is that if you guys ever seen a movie called The Purge, I believe it was the Purge that was in New York. And the thing, hold on, it's a train. So the Purge that was in New York, it kind of had similar information that was kind of connected to something like that. You remember in the beginning, they were going into different communities in New York, and they were taking people and putting them to the side and conducting these different tests to get them to do the things that they wanted to do that were negative and that had a bad impact, on the community and overall America. So I'm not sure if you guys remember seeing the movie The Purge, the one in New York. It kind of had the same example as the MK Ultra. You guys go look that up. And then you had something called the COINTELPRO. The COINTELPRO was a regime that was put together, or a team that was put together to go out and target black activists like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Black Panthers. And that was just strictly for them. They were going out and targeting these guys, obviously because their voice was too powerful. And, when America loses control, or I wouldn't say just America independently, but the government, when the government loses control, they start making crazy decisions. And that's one of the things that they did. That was called the COINTELPRO. That's crazy, man. Like, all this information that's, within your fingertips or up under your nose, and you don't use it. But, yeah. Crazy business. But next one is the Federal Reserve, right? The Federal Reserve, you guys all know it as a controller source of our money, right? And what the Federal Reserve is that they make all the decisions. So if at any time we got to go and print more money to so-called stimulate the economy, they're the ones that make that decision. And so yeah, anytime they have to make that decision, they got to go ahead and hit that money printer. That's what they're gonna do. But the cold part about it is that most people think the Federal Reserve is a part of the U.S. government and America itself. The Federal Reserve is not connected to the U.S. government. The Federal Reserve is a private company, right? And a lot of people don't know that they're in partnership with a family called the Crane family. Crane family is who supplies all the paper that they need to make all the money and print all the money that they have been printing over all these years, right? Go look that up, Crane Company, right? So you got families that powerful, man. So when you say people that when people tell you, oh, you just gotta, do things this way, do things that way, and you'll be super successful, man. There's so many people that are so far ahead of you, right? Can you imagine the Crane family? It's every kid that's born in their family will be taken care of. They are the backers of the money that we go out and work for every day. Bet you guys didn't know that. So the Federal Reserve is not a part of our U.S. government. All right? Also, in 1971, they took gold off of the dollar, making the dollar worthless. But they turned around and told you guys that instead it's backed by oil, and that oil is going to be the petrodollar is going to be what controls the dollar. So they made a deal with Saudi Arabia, and they started using oil as supposedly the backing of the dollar. But I don't believe that. The gold was a solid choice at the time, and ever since then you've seen exactly what's been going on with the dollar, and it hasn't been good. $34 trillion in debt at the beginning of the year, and up to date we're $37 trillion in debt right now. So it's like you can really tell, man, like they don't want us to know things that are going on. Why is that? You guys have to look that up and do the research on your own. But it's crazy, man. So you guys go and look those things up, man. I just dropped some powerful stuff for you, man. So you had one that was the MK Ultra, where they was conducting experiments and stuff like that on people to try to achieve a certain level of mind control. And when you think about mind control, you think about how we are as people, and you get up every day and you go do the same thing. You go to work and you do the same thing over and over again, like a robot. And you're like, man, like nothing really ever changes. So you're like, all right, well, when you think about MK Ultra and the stuff that they put out at that time, you're like, well, shit, we do the same thing every day, kind of like robots. We kind of like mind control, when you think about it. But like I said, you guys have to look that stuff up, man. These are the secrets that America has not told us, but sometimes you just got to go out and do the research on your own, and that way you can have better knowledge yourself, man, because you can't listen to every media outlet. You can't listen to the news. You can't listen to none of that stuff, but that's all I got for you guys, man. So let me know what you guys think. My thoughts aligned with your thoughts. Go ahead, like and subscribe. And it's not a big channel. We're a small channel, but we plan on doing big things. You know who it is. It's the voice of the people. I'm out.